Hello there, it's the Archivist from TradingCardArchives.com. Still got my blue gloves on, but we're done opening trading cards for the day. I have opened relatively a lot, considering I did not have very much time this weekend. I went to a trade night at the Bullpen LA, live in Los Angeles here. They're my local store. That was a wonderful event, but it took a long time to prepare and then a long time afterwards to sort things. So I didn't get as much filming done as I wanted. Didn't do any big battles or anything like that. Just a couple quick openings. But still, we saw some interesting cards. Where should we start? Why don't we start over here, because these are kind of weird. This was actually a pack-in that I got from Dave and Adams when I did another order. These are Marvel Civil War cards by Upper Deck. So these cards, I think, come from that Hobby Box set, I would guess. It's movie art. Mostly, this looks like comic art, but this is definitely movie art. That's Chris Evans. But the interesting thing about those packs is they come with a random metal dog tag necklace. I don't know what I'll ever do with these, but I got a War Machine and a Winter Soldier, so kind of interesting stuff. But not the best cards, but then again, they were free pack-in, so I can't really complain. This is something kind of unique. So this was by Leaf, and it's a pro set. They make a lot of these. But what that means is you get the entire set in the box. So there's 10 cards. That's the whole set. And you get it in the box. It's not randomized. You will always get these 10 cards if you buy that box. And it cost me like $8. It's a super cheap box. But then you also get one randomized game-worn relic card, which is kind of neat, right? And this one is Mike Bossy, now unfortunately deceased player, but a very famous player in his day. New York Rangers, and that's the jersey. And so, pretty cool, I would say pretty cool card to get. I don't think I'll ever buy another one of those, but I kind of wanted to see what a pro set was all about, right? And then going completely different direction, here we have some Elvira cards. As I kind of like collecting Elvira stuff for my personal collection, not really for the archives, although I'll put these in the archives or some of them. But these were sent to me by a vendor on Whatnot, and I did a whole video on them, so you'll get to see the vendor there. But these are from her own trading card set. It was a Comic Images set from 1996, focused only on Elvira. And fortunately, I don't have a complete set, but I got a lot of really good singles, and I'm pretty happy with this set of singles. I don't think I'll seek out any more. They're in great quality. They're like an excellent quality cards, like really good. I might even grade some of these drawn ones. Can be worth a lot if you get a high grade, and they look perfect. So I bet they would grade very highly. This was a weird thing. This is an Inuyasha boxed set, so it's one of those, $30 boxes. It's brand new. It just came out. I ordered one. Unfortunately, very disappointing set. The hit pack did have a numbered thing in it, but I wouldn't call it a card. I'd call it more like a token. And it's numbered to 133, but it's weird. I don't know what to do with it. And then the rest of the cards, I did pull an SP, which is kind of cool, but then I pulled a SR, which is the base, and then the hit pack, the box promo pack, had an SR in it. This SP came from a regular pack. This came out of the promo pack. That's ridiculous. Promo packs should not have base cards in them. So that was kind of sad. But I guess you also got the numbered cards, so, well, I can't complain too much. But anyway, that's Inuyasha set. Not impressed. I wouldn't get that one. You can watch the whole video if you want to see me talk more about it. Then this is from a company called Sage. And so what I've been doing is kind of trying to branch out and get into more of the niche and independent trading card manufacturers in the West, and Sage is one of those. Leaf is another one, and they make a kind of product sort of like the Pro Set, but it's not exactly the same. They sell this in a low number box and a high number box, and what they're referring to by number is the card numbers. So these card numbers are all very high, so they're high numbers in the set. That's what high number means. If you get the low number set, you're going to get lower number of cards, right? And you just need both if you want to complete it. You get the complete set. So you will get this complete set in it, not randomized. You'll get, like you would get these exact cards. These inserts, though, would be randomized. So what you get is kind of like 5 clear packs. Yeah, you can watch the whole video to find out. But yeah, you do get a couple of random inserts, although they're not, I didn't get any really good ones. And then there is one fully randomized pack inside the box, which has 3 signed cards. Unfortunately, the ones I got were all, not quarterbacks, and they're stickers, so these aren't on-card autos. There's a chance to get on-card autos in there, which would have been much better. So that was not a great box to open, but it was interesting to see the configuration of it and how they sell that product. It's interesting. Their card design is okay, I would say. It's not quite up to par with what Topps or Upper Deck are doing in the West. Definitely not anywhere near what Kaio can do. Could you imagine like a Kaio football set? That would be super weird to see, right? They would do such a crazy thing with so much crazy stuff with it. Okay, so this is something I was really excited to open, but in the end turned out to not be that great. Well, I mean, it might be, but the ones I opened weren't that great. So this is Kaio's The British Museum. It's their second set of it. So there's a brown box that's kind of old and really expensive. And then there's a newer box, which is pink. And that box is focused on Alice in Wonderland stuff, because Lewis Carroll's a British author. And that's a pretty famous book. I love that book, so I bought this set thinking there would be Alice in Wonderland cards in it, and there are, but they are chase cards. And when you watch that video, you'll see, because Kaio puts the odds on the back, the odds are so bad in that set. It's crazy. So you're very unlikely to pull an actual Alice in Wonderland card. I did not. So these are all just regular British Museum cards. Still cool, like I'm not going to complain. They're great cards, especially like these relic ones look really nice. Those are the base cards. And then these painting ones are like very well done. I love the antiquing on the foil. That is an especially cool touch, like up here. Very cool. Again, great relics. Oh, this one looks 3D almost, like it's floating. Very cool stuff. But just, yeah, I was a little disappointed not to get an Alice card. I opened 2 packs. You only get 18 packs in the box. So we have 16 more to try some other day. Okay, and then I opened a blaster of Topps Chrome Garbage Pail Kids Series 5. Again, this was just one of those blasters I got from David Adams for super, super cheap. That's the only reason I even have it. But they're neat cards. Like they're chrome, so they're cool. They have crazy looking art on them. I guess this is the same art as the 1986 Series 5 would have, so it's not new art or anything, but kind of interesting. And then this one is sort of the hit of the pack. I only opened one of the packs. It's called an atomic refractor, I think. And I would call it cracked ice foil, but they call it atomic refractor. But this is actually not that rare. This is a 1 in 2 chance, so you'll get one in every other pack. So moving forward, we have another Kaio product. So that was Kaio. This is also Kaio. That logo there. That logo means quality. It really does. Like the cards are always great. But this is their Digimon set, which Booster Holics kind of turned me on to. He started opening these, and they look so cool that I was like, oh, I got to get a box for the archives. And now I have a box for the archives. And they are cool. They're very colorful cards. These are not the TCG cards you probably are thinking of. There's a Japanese and English TCG game that's been running for like 20 years with tons and tons of sets. That is not this. So these aren't compatible with that. They don't have the right back for it or anything, or any of the markings. It's a totally different kind of thing. But still, great looking cards. And one was a TR, transparent card. But my favorite was definitely this SR whale. I just love I keep looking at that refraction. It's such a cool pattern on there. We opened a box of Demon Slayer 1 yuan, so I wanted to open something cheaper because I tend to open expensive stuff, and I want to open something a little cheaper, more accessible to anyone. And really, anybody could buy a box of these. They cost like $13. It's insanely cheap. But this was Wave 6, and this UR on top here was the Hit the Box promo card. I didn't pull that from a pack. You could pull these from a pack, but it'll be hard in a 1 yuan product to pull a UR. But you'll probably get like 1 in the whole box. But this was the box promo. Looks great. Love the gold foil. The 2 packs I opened had SRs as their hits, which is, the default hit. But whatever, it looks great. And then the rest of the cards are just rares with the same design, but some really some very cool artwork, I thought, on them. Much better than the Series 1s I had. And then these are interesting because these are actually redemption cards. So you need a set of them in order to redeem to get a statue or something. But I love the art on these. So I kind of collect them as just trading cards, at least until I have a full set. Then we went into Gintama, which was a 2 yuan set, so a little bit more expensive than the 1 yuan, but still really accessible, less than $20. And we opened just one pack of that. It did not have a box promo. And if you watch the video, it's kind of funny because I was like, oh, this is a redemption card because it has such a plain back compared to these backs. I was like, oh, it's the redemption card. So I took it out and turned it on, and it's the MR. It's like one of the highest rarity cards in the set. Beautiful, beautiful card. But this was like a major hit to just pull from the very first pack. Super lucky. Then that pack also had an SSR in it, and these SRs, which are the base. When you get 2 yuan, SR becomes the base. 1 yuan level, you could also pull Rs. And then finally, the last thing we opened, well, this was probably the first thing we opened, but the last one we talk about here. This is Washington Chronicles, a very odd kind of thing. It's made by a historical autograph company, and it's a new product, 2022, new. You can get blasters very cheap, which is why I have it. And it's kind of a historical educational set, I would say, with some really weird potential relics. I only got base cards in my first pack, but you can get relics like coins, you can get relics that have dirt from battlefields in it, you can get relics that have strands of hair from famous, it's really strange kinds of cards can be in there. But anyway, these are what the base cards look like, and you will learn things if you read these, so be careful. And that's it. That's one weekend at the archives. We had fun, but like I said, we didn't do anything big. So next weekend we'll definitely do more big productions for sure. But anyway, hope you enjoy the recap, and yeah, have a great week.